Guys, welcome back. Ever since Rush announced the European and South America dates of the 50 something tour, they've been calling it a world tour. But I ask this one question: is it really half the world tour? Well, guys, let's take a look at our sweet, beautiful planet Earth. We're going to go around the world, or at least half the world, look at all the tour dates of the 50 something tour. I'm Eric. This is the Loud Boy Experience, and let's go. June 7th of 2026 all the way through April 10th of 2027 will be the world tour of the 50 something tour. Guys, let's take a look at the map. This is Earth. Big blue ball of water with a few islands in between. And if we look at North America, of course, we have the United States, we have Mexico, which is Central America, and then, of course, we have big, beautiful Canada up above. The tour starts off on June 7th. They're playing 4 dates, the 7th, the 9th, the 11th, and the 13th in Los Angeles. So that they'll be out here on the West Coast in LA. Okay? Next up, they are going straight down to Mexico City. You can see I'll highlight that in blue right there. And they'll be in Mexico City on June 18th of 2026. And then on the 20th, and then they're going to go straight up into Texas to Fort Worth, where they're going to have 4 dates. And I've talked to so many of you in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for writing me. Always leave your comments. Like this if you like it. Subscribe if you want to. I'd love it. Guys, thank you for being here. Back to the show. Yes, they're going to be in Fort Worth, Texas. I've been there. I've seen Rush so many times in the Dallas-Fort Worth area from June 24th all the way through the 30th. Then they're going up to Chicago, Illinois, okay? And then they're going to be in Chicago for 4 dates, I believe. Yes, 4 dates in Chicago. And then straight on to the east, over to New York City. Yes, that's right. New York City, New York. They named it twice. It's so nice. From June 28th all the way through the 3rd of August of this year. From New York, they're going to head west and north up to Toronto, hometown. And for the hometown, they're going to be the August 7th, the 9th, the 11th, the 13th in Toronto. Then they're going to go south down to Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, they're going to be there in August 23rd, 26th. And by the way, on my birthday, which is August 26th, they're going to be in, let's see, not Philadelphia. Okay, my bad. So Philadelphia for 2 dates, and then they're going up to Detroit, which kind of sucks. It's the last place I want to go. But yes, they're going to be in Detroit. Sorry, guys in Detroit. But yes, for you guys in Detroit, you're going to be awesome. On my birthday, the 26th and the 28th, they're going to be there in Detroit. And then up to Montreal. I've been there several times as a kid and as an adult for business. There's a lot of film companies up there, believe it or not. I mean, there's more in Toronto and Vancouver. There's so much production, film production, TV production done in Canada. But I had several resellers that sold the products that I sold. I was their manufacturer representative. Anyway, I spent time as an adult in Montreal. It was beautiful. And I enjoyed it a lot. And I rented a car. Okay. And I'm driving around Montreal and I'm looking at these signs and most of them are in French. And I'm going, I should have paid. I took Spanish in high school. So I had no bloody idea what I was doing, even though I am like 1/4 French Canadian, if you will. Yes, my family hails from that part of Canada on my grandmother's side. All right, enough of that. September 2nd and 4th in Montreal and then down to Boston. I love Boston. I grew up near Boston. Boston, Massachusetts. There's Cape Cod, the little arm sticking out there, as you can see. That's Cape Cod, but right up here, this whole area is Boston. They're going to be in Boston, Mass, which that's where I saw R40. They're going to be in Boston, Mass for September 12th and the 14th. And then over to Cleveland, Ohio. I'm testing my geography skills here. Let's back this out some so I can see the states. Thank you. They're going to be over in Cleveland, Ohio. I am spinning the world as we talk. Yes, here we go. Cleveland, Ohio. They're going to be there, September 17th through the 19th, down to San Antonio, Texas. I think I saw one Rush concert back in the day down in San Antonio. And let's zoom out. I want to see. Here we go. San Antonio, Texas. They're going to be there September 23rd and September 25th, and then up to Denver, Colorado. It's like, where the heck's Colorado? Stop spinning. Why is this freaking thing spinning? Oh, there we go. Got it. It's like, because you can hold down these key presses like Control, Alt, and Shift to do different pivots of the Earth in Google Earth. But for some reason, it keeps taking it off its axis without me doing anything. All right, so we're back on track. Yes, Denver on October 7th and October 5th, and then over to Seattle, Washington, up in the northwest of America. They're going to be up here in Seattle area. And on the 10th and the 12th of September. After Seattle, they're going to be down in San Jose, California. Okay. And then after San Jose, they're going to Washington, D.C., so all the way across the country. And that'll be October 25th and 27th of this year. They're going to be in D.C., and it's doing it again. It keeps shifting the world around us. Okay, so there's Philadelphia, there's Delaware. So yeah, right in here is D.C. After DC, they're going to go up to Connecticut. Okay, so yes, of course, part of New England, the small, this state right here is Connecticut. As a New England boy, I know my way around. October 31st and November 1st, all the way over to Hollywood, California. Okay, I've spent a lot of time professionally as an adult in Hollywood, obviously, because of the business I was in, for November 7th and the 5th, and then down to Tampa, Florida. I've spent a lot of time in Tampa, Florida as an adult. I love the Tampa area. Really love it. And in fact, if I could see Rush's time, I'd love to just go down to Tampa. Anyway, from November 9th and the 11th of this year, and then up to Charlotte, North Carolina. This is in and around where both of my older sons live now. They live in North Carolina. So there's Charlotte right there. So they'll be in North Carolina on November 20th through the 22nd, down to Atlanta, Georgia. Man, I've spent a lot of time there. Man, I've just been all over this country. I'm going to stop saying that because it's going to get redundant. You know, when I was working in the TV and film industry, it brought me everywhere. At any little hub in which they did film and video production, where there were film houses and studios and stuff, I've been there, boots on the ground, working in the industry. And Atlanta was a big one. In fact, I mean, so many Marvel movies have been made there, and there's multiple really great studios down there in the, Atlanta. It's just outside Atlanta. Of course, Walking Dead was completely made there as well. Glendale, Arizona, we're going out west after that from December 1st through the 3rd. And then we're going up to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Okay. So let's see. Now, this is really testing my knowledge of Canada. I'll just going to point broadly. All right, hold on a second. Let's see. Calgary, Winnipeg, Ontario, Ottawa, Quebec. Okay. So, yeah, they're going to be up in Canada, in Alberta, on the 10th through the 12th. I can't even find it on a map. That's really sad. Now, I know a lot about Vancouver, British Columbia. Talk about production. So many great TV series were and still are made in Vancouver, BC. And anyway, great place to visit because of that part of, the stuff that I love. December 15th through the 17th, and then all the way down to Buenos Aires, Argentina. So now we're going to get into South America. And boy, I really hope that's South America. I'm kidding. Here we go. There's Argentina, and I'm looking for Buenos Aires, but at least I found the country. Okay, so this is where they're going to be, again, first of the year into 2027, January 15th. They're going to be in Buenos Aires, and then they're going to Brazil. Of course, Brazil is the big boy of South America. They're going to be in Brazil. They're going to be in Curitiba. And then they're going to be in Sao Paulo. Of course, I believe they played Sao Paulo for the R30 tour, Russian Rio. That's not Rio, but they played there as well, I believe. And yes, after this in Rio, because those two are often tied together, those two cities, if you're going to hit one, you're going to hit the other. So, and visit them and play. Okay, so Sao Paulo, 24th and 26th. Now we're into 2027. And then Rio for January 30th and February 1st. They're going to be in Belo whatever. So they're also going to be in Brazil. And then, guys, after that, okay, so South America, that leg ends on February 14th. Skip ahead about 2 weeks. February 19th, we jump across the pond, mate, and we go up into, here we go, Europe. They're going straight over to the big boy of France. We're talking Paris. Okay? Paris, France, February 19th, 2027. And then Berlin. Okay, there we go. They're going to be in Berlin. Of course, I know Annika's excited about this. Going back to her home, her roots. And then they're going to be in Amsterdam, of course, the Netherlands. Okay, and this should be right up here. They're going to go to Amsterdam, and after that, they're going to Munich and Cologne and Stuttgart. Okay, so they're going to hit several places in and around Germany, that area. And then they're going straight across the channel over to the UK, and where they're going to play Glasgow. Okay, you see right up here in Ireland. Sorry, is that yeah? That's Northern Ireland, I believe. Yeah, Glasgow, and then they're going to do Manchester. Okay, for two and March 12th, March 14th, and then down to, of course, the big boy, London's Calling them on March 16th, March 17th, and then they're going over to Poland. And I know in the video, Geddy said he was excited about this, and they're going straight over to, yeah, Krakow right here. Krakow, Poland. And then they're going down to Milan, Italy. Oh, that's going to be really tough on them. Yeah, oh, playing my violin, that's going to be tough. Oh, I have to go to Milan, Italy. Oh, yeah, they're going to have a nice time. It's beautiful, man. They're going to, March 30th of 27. And then up to Chechnya. And then over to Denmark. Okay, this is all here in the European Union. Stockholm up in Sweden. Okay. Let's see, Sweden. I'm not seeing Stockholm. I may have to. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right there, Stockholm. Finally, Helsinki, Finland. Right over. Give me some. Give me it. Give me it. Here we go. Right here. Bottom part of Finland. They're playing that. That is the last one that I mentioned earlier. Of course, they're starting in June of this year, all the way through April 10th of 2027. Of course, these are the dates that we know now. We just ran through the entire 50-something tour all over half the world, and I made this kind of joke at the beginning, and I did it for a reason. Of course, we start over here in North America, Central America, South America, okay? We jump the pond, and we get a bunch of places here in Europe. However, they have not touched any. Of course, there's Africa, okay? We have the whole Middle East area. We get straight into all of Asia, India, Thailand, down into the Singapore area, and of course, the big boy, Australia. So many of you have written me in my comment section on this channel saying, mate, why can't you come to Australia? You guys have mentioned it so many times. And this is why I'm saying, yeah, okay, it's a half the world tour. Because honestly, yes, we're doing the Americas and we're doing Europe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's half the world. Great. It's not quite a world tour though, guys. If they had dipped their toe into Asia or stopped off down in Sydney, then I would have said, yeah, okay, this is a true world tour. Heck, go over and play near Mordor and play in New Zealand. That would have been awesome too. But then again, I'm not going to nitpick this, even though I've pointed it out way too much. And heck, they could have gone to Hawaii. That at least would have gotten them right in the middle of the Ring of Fire in the Pacific Ocean. That would have been at least closer to Asia. Look for my upcoming videos. I'm going to have videos about the 50-something tour, about all these new dates, about the tickets that you've got. We're going to talk more about, meaning I'm going to show all your comments and we're going to have a live discussion on this, about the tour, about Grace Under Pressure, your favorite songs off of that, how much you guys love the Terry Brown mix, how many of you are like, yeah, I like the original. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Please share your comments. Let me know what you think about the tour, about this half the world tour, and like it if you like it. Share this with your friends and subscribe. That'd be awesome. I'm Eric. This is the Loud Boy Experience. You guys have a wonderful day.